Yo, what's good everyone? This is Ayo Boxing from Madiba, and we're here to talk about Jaime Munguia being set up by Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy. So Jaime Munguia is fighting Sergiy Derevyanchenko this Saturday, and this is a fight that I had no interest in whatsoever since it was first announced. I mean, it's not a bad fight, it's a step-up fight for Munguia, but Munguia has been taking step-up fights for his entire career, therefore I didn't care. But when I saw that this fight will be taking place at 168, and I heard Oscar De La Hoya's reasoning for why this fight is happening at 168, I became interested. This is what De La Hoya had to say about the fight.
This fight is at 168.
Yeah.
How is that gonna affect Jaime? He's going up and down in weight rapidly. You know, he just moved up from 154 to 160.
Yeah.
How are things gonna work out for him?
He's a big kid. He's a big kid to start off, and he can. The only reason why both fighters agreed to fight at 168 is because there is no title available at 160. There was no mandatory issued from the WBC, so both guys agreed, hey, let's just fight at 168 and make the weight comfortably. And but he makes the weight easy. 160 is no problem for him. So you know,
So he's moving back down.
after this fight, yeah, he can move down, he can move up, whatever he wants.
Oscar De La Hoya is not telling the truth here. Jaime Munguia is ranked number 3 in the WBC and ranked number 3 in the WBO at middleweight. So I don't understand why he wants to go the WBC route when they could have gone the WBO route. Munguia could have fought Demetrius Andre for the WBO belt in 2020 and 2021, but that didn't happen. In early 2022, the WBO ordered Munguia to fight Janibek for the interim belt, but that fight fell through. And then later that year, the WBO ordered Janibek to defend his belt against Munguia, but Munguia's team turned down the fight. So Oscar De La Hoya is lying about Munguia not getting a title fight opportunity. And I really don't understand why Oscar is so adamant about Munguia going for the WBC belt. Yes, it's unfair that Charlo gets to hold on to that belt while being inactive for so long. And yes, I understand that the WBC belt is the most prestigious belt that boxers want. But why would they wait on someone that hasn't fought since 2021? That's 2 years. And when they tried to make that fight in 2022, Oscar De La Hoya got in the way of that fight and the fight fell apart and it was his fault. So it's Oscar De La Hoya's fault why Jaime Munguia is fighting at 168. If Golden Boy really wanted Munguia to fight for a title at middleweight, it would have happened a long time ago. But I honestly believe that Golden Boy is setting up Munguia at 168. Instead of a stay busy fight for Munguia, I think this fight is for him to get acclimated to the new weight class and see how he feels and how he performs. If Munguia wins the fight and he looks good, I have a strong feeling that Munguia will stay at 168 for a while, because there are big fights that can be made, which means big paydays for Golden Boy. You have Edgar Berlanga, Canelo Alvarez, and David Benavidez all at super middleweight. And both Munguia and De La Hoya have expressed interest in all 3 of those opponents. Munguia recently stated that he would like to fight David Benavidez later this year. De La Hoya recently said that a Canelo-Munguia fight is bound to happen and will do whatever it takes to make that fight happen. And Berlanga has stated several times in the past that he's interested in fighting Munguia, with Eddie Hearn and De La Hoya being open to that idea. But based on the climate of 168, there's a slim chance that Munguia will fight Canelo or Benavidez this year, since both have different plans in mind. The Berlanga fight, however, is more realistic. Berlanga is fighting Jason Quigley on June 24th. If Berlanga wins and looks good, assuming that Munguia does the same this weekend, I can definitely see Golden Boy and Matchroom making that fight happen later this year. In my opinion, I believe that Oscar De La Hoya thinks that Munguia isn't going to develop into the next big and dominant Mexican superstar like a Canelo, especially at the pace he's going. So he's getting ready to throw Munguia into the deep end to see if he sinks or swims. This could be very good or very bad for Munguia. At this point, Munguia should take these risky fights because his stock has not risen in the last few years. He needs a signature fight because this is getting ridiculous. He has 41 wins, but nothing to show for it really. Hopefully, this fight with Sergiy Derevyanchenko will change the direction of Munguia's career, but that all depends on if he gets past the veteran, and that's not guaranteed. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing from Madiba. Hit like and subscribe, and more content is coming your way.